What's going on, Chemical Guys family? Thanks so much for tuning in for another episode of Chemical Guys Detail Garage. Our in-house photographer just got back from a cross-country road trip where he traveled over 25 states, visiting over 35 national parks, racking up thousands of miles and taking hundreds of thousands of pictures. And the car is starting to show some of that wear and tear as well as a little bit of neglect. And we thought today would be a great way to show you guys, as well as him, some of the products he needs to have in his vehicle to keep it looking its best at all times. To begin our detail, we're going to start with a waterless wash using Swift Wipe. This product is perfect for on-the-go detailers as well as anybody that doesn't have access to a garden hose or a foam can or anything like that, where it's simply a car wash in a bottle. And this can be used on any surface that's gloss painted, shiny, or clear, so that means you can use it on your paintwork, your glass, your wheels, chrome work, anything like that to keep your car looking its best. We're going to start by shaking up the bottle, and we're going to use our premium microfiber towels, which are two-faced, meaning it has one high plush soft pile and then a low cut pile for buffing off. This is great for picking up your abrasive particles and messes, and then again buffing off the other side for a streak-free finish. And we'll just start here on the door, where you can see that there is water spots and dirt that have collected on the surface, as well as road grime that's kicked up onto the paintwork. And we'll just spray a generous amount and allow it to dwell for just a moment. And this is going to encapsulate and also lift and guide away any abrasive particles. This way we're not scratching the surface as we wipe. But this is great for as you're on the go, just to keep your car looking its best and factory fresh. Look at all that dirt that you can see there. The color hides it really well, but there's also a lot of dirt that's lingering on the surface, which is why I'm rolling the towel as I wipe. And this creates a fresh edge so that we're not dragging that across where it could potentially scratch and mar it. Just using linear motions, working my way down, because as you can see, more of the heavier abrasives and filth is on the lower panels right here, where the road kicks up all kinds of messes. And we wouldn't want to drag that up to the other areas of the vehicle where it could potentially scratch it. And now using the short pile, we'll just buff off any of the streaks to reveal that perfectly fresh surface. And then for the heavier grime or filthy areas, where there's a lot of soiled areas there, we'll take the Swift Wipe and just give it a generous spray. And then we'll start wiping it off using the used towel, because it's going to get really filthy really quick. All that mess that comes off of there. And now we'll just set this used towel aside. But the great thing about Swift Wipe is it contains a little bit of sealant, which is going to help protect the finish while also enhancing your gloss work. Already you can see that there's a huge difference from the dirty side, where you have dirt that's clogging the surface, and now the clean side, which is nice and smooth. It looks really great, and it's also going to help repel any kind of dust and water spots to keep it looking cleaner for longer. So before we move on to the next product, I'm going to continue using Swift Wipe to clean off the rest of this car. So now that we're done using Swift Wipe, you can see it easily removed all of that dirt, bird droppings, water spots, and debris. We're going to move on to the glass using HydroView. Now this is going to gently clean away any of that surface debris, as well as any water spots, bird droppings, and pollen that are landing on the surface of the glass, but it's also going to help reject and repel fresh water spots, dirt, and dust to keep your glass looking cleaner, also restoring that clarity. So we'll start by just simply shaking up the bottle, and then we'll just spray a fine amount onto the glass here. And then using a clean microfiber towel, we're just going to start wiping away all that mess. And at the same time, it's coating the glass, like I mentioned, to prevent any new water spots from staining the surface. And it's going to keep that clarity for longer, making the car look its best overall. Detailing is more than just a car wash, and that same rule applies to even on the go. So The wheels, as you can see, as well as the wheel liners, are really dirty with clay and mud, and this is something you can easily clean using nonsense. Now we are going to use this at full strength, and you can simply spray this directly onto the surface, and this will loosen up any tough grime, road grime, old dressings. You can even use it on your OEM finished wheels to relieve and release any brake dust. We'll just give that a moment to dwell, and using a workhorse microfiber towel, we're just going to wipe off any kind of messes to again reveal that factory finish. And the owner of this vehicle doesn't like to use dressing, so we're just going to leave a bare tire. But this is a great way to prep the surface for you guys that like to use dressings, to prep the tire so that it has the best bond and the longest lasting shine. Same principle, just wipe it away. You can even use a brush to help scrub it, but a towel works just fine for removing that recent mess. Wiping away brake dust, water spots, road grime, grease and tar, all the kind of things that build up on your wheels, especially after you've been on a road trip, or whether you're currently on a road trip, this is a great way to keep your car looking factory fresh. So Nonsense is an all-purpose cleaner that again is safe to use on virtually any surface. The foaming action helps to lift stubborn stains and filth. This way you can safely remove it without scratching sensitive surfaces such as your wheel finishes. And just picking up all that mess not only helps it look better, but when you're covering, like this vehicle, thousands of miles, you're going to use your brakes a lot, which means that you have all that kind of material sitting on the surface. And if you didn't know, over time that can start to pit and deteriorate the finish of your wheel. That pitting is very obvious where it looks like little bumps, and then on vehicles that have a clear coated rim, that's actually going to make that clear coat peel. It'll start to look awful, and then over time that's actually going to lift that clear coat, and it's going to have to be refinished to repair it. So now that we have this tire and wheel well looking really nice, we're going to move on to the trim that also needs some attention because, as we mentioned, this guy's on a road trip where there's dirt, grime, grease, all the kind of stuff that lands on your trim, or if you're constantly getting in and out of your vehicle where you touch the B-pillars and your greasy hands leave stains on there, we can show you how to quickly remove that using Nonsense. As I was mentioning, Nonsense is a great all-around cleaner for virtually any surface on your vehicle. And you see here that on the B-pillar there's grease from your fingerprints, so we're just going to simply remove that using Nonsense and a clean microfiber towel. To avoid any overspray, we'll just spray the towel and then just gently scrub it back and forth to lift off any kind of stains and messes. This is also great for removing bird droppings that damage sensitive trim pieces, as well as this is a great way to prep the surface for any applications of dressings. And this safely removes any kind of body oils and messes to reveal that factory finish. Now that this Toyota RAV4 is looking fantastic, we want to lock in that shine using Lucent Spray Wax. Now, this is an all-new product, and what this is intended to do is add a fine layer of synthetic wax which enhances a warm gloss, but at the same time, it's adding hydrophobic properties as well as UV protection to keep your clear coat looking its best for as long as possible. Now you simply shake up the bottle, and you can spray directly onto the surface, and then using a clean microfiber towel, we're going to work it in and then buff off the excess. And since we started on the door, we're going to work our way around and then just start spraying it on this portion. And this can be used on any surface that's gloss painted, shiny and clear. So you can use this on your glass, your headlights, chrome. And this is a great way to pick up light dust when you're on the go. So let's say you've just got that recent messes or water spots. Instead of bringing out your waterless wash, you can simply grab a bottle of Lucent, and this just gently picks up any kind of surface debris and reveals a high shine and a nice and slick finish. And again, this is going to make it easier for water spots to just roll off the surface. It repels dust. So again, it's going to keep your car looking cleaner for longer. Well guys, that's going to do it for today's video, but let's recap some of the products that we recommend having whether you're on the go or just going for a cruise around town. So to start off, we use Swift Wipe, which gently removes any kind of abrasive particles such as dust and dirt, bird droppings, dead bugs, and grime. And this gives your car a beautiful shine while also giving you a layer of sealant to protect the finish against harmful UV rays and water spots. Then we used HydroView to clean the glass and restore clarity, as well as give it those hydrophobic properties that prevent any kind of water spots and staining. Now moving on to the tires, the trim, and also the plastic and rubber pieces around the vehicle, we use Nonsense, which is an all-purpose cleaner that's a great way to revive the factory finish as well as a bare surface, which makes it easier for new dressings to bond, as well as giving you that factory finish overall. And you can see just by cleaning it, a black tire looks fantastic, and then you can enhance it by adding your favorite kind of protectant. And lastly, we use Lucent Spray Shine, which is a perfect product to give your car a deep gloss as well as that perfect reflectiveness. This is a simple spray-on, wipe-off synthetic spray wax that gives your car a durable layer of protection against harmful UV rays and elements, while also giving you that beautiful gloss. Now also you saw throughout the video that we're using the premium microfiber towel. This is a detailing tool that you can't be without. So when you're on the go, having plenty of microfiber towels is a must because as you see, you have all kinds of grime on the vehicle and having a different towel or a specific towel for each job is important. You saw that we used the very plush side to pick up any abrasive particles that were on the surface, and then using the short pile of the microfiber towel, we buffed away any streaks. And then using a workhorse microfiber towel for different areas such as the wheels and plastic trim. This helps us to not only coordinate, but also to get us the best results overall. And a great way to not only organize, but to store your detailing products is in the quick load carrying caddy. This thing came in really great today by holding all of our detailing tools as well as our towels and the chemicals. And this is a great way to store it in your vehicle so that your products aren't bouncing around where they could be damaged or lost, and it just looks professional overall. So guys, we hope that you liked today's video, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, drop your comments down below for any future videos, and be sure to check out all these products on our website, chemicalguys.com, or your local detail garage, and we'll see you guys next time.